Hello, friends and allies. This is friend and ally Ian. This is my first video for the channel. I just wanted to say that today is the day that I found out that I will be hosting my first MESBG tournament. It's going to be an escalation event at 600 points on September 16th, and I cannot be more excited for it. And that's where it all started. The last tournament that I went to was in 2020. I cosplayed as Grima Wormtongue, and it was a 5-game 1,000-point tournament that I ended up winning, which was a ton of fun. And for this tournament, we needed to build it from the ground up. So I was building terrain. I was trying to design medals, and we found a game store to partner with at Level Up. And luckily I had Ben to help 3D print and design these medals himself, and so that was a lot of fun. We went out the night before and tragedy struck. Ben, what just happened to you?
I slammed my elbow into the wall.
Well, which elbow?
My right elbow, my mini moving elbow.
So if you don't win,
It's
because of that.
That's
We
why.
got it on camera now.
Yeah, that's why.
All right. We took solace in Lord of the Rings memes while Ben nursed himself back to health when we realized that we were missing an element fundamental to the MESBG tournament experience, which is a wooden spoon award. We found an acceptable utensil, and Ben displayed his pyrographic abilities, and with his award all set, designed, and ready, we were officially ready for the tournament to begin. I had no idea that Ben knew how to do this. This was a huge surprise to me, and I appreciate him all the more for it. Actually, it looks great. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. We're up. Today's the day.
We're doing it.
We're doing the tournament. We got the caffeine. Gotta get caffeinated. Shut up, Eddie's TikTok. Yeah, for real. But yeah, tournament day. Post caffeine boost, I took out the dogs, loaded up the car, and then we were on our way to achieving greatness. But before we get to the tournament, I should probably explain how an escalation event works. And the basic premise of the event is that players will be playing 3 different games at increasing point values. The army being used has to use units from the previous army. So for this event, we had 3 games that were each at 300, 450, and 600 points. And you could only add units to the army that you had brought at the 300 point value without removing any as you built up. And yeah, that's the gist of it. Once we got to the venue, we set the tables up and I changed into my tournament officiator Gandalf attire and welcomed the players. After determining the first pairings, I let the players know which pool they would be playing from in the matched play guide so that they could use the veto system to determine what scenario they would be playing from it. The pool where you guys will do the veto system for the first game. The pool you're operating out of for the match play guidebook is pool 3. Pool 3 of the match play guide. We had so many amazing tables at this event, so I wanted to make sure that they all got to be showed off a little bit here. We had tables that came all the way into town from South Carolina, and we had players that came from Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, and of course Georgia natives. The leagues up there do such a great job, and we appreciated the awesome turnout for this event. With round 1 underway, we had 20 players going at it with a wide array of armies from both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. It was so much fun getting to walk around and see such beautifully painted armies going against each other all at once. Here's some video I got to capture of the first round.
You can make it better for me. My guys got living creature. they just don't do that.
Oh my god, we're already in the fucking meat of it.
Yeah, we're getting in the meat of it.
Oh
okay.
My gosh.
So I'll just do it like this.
Dude, you want to market it all, or we can just straight to combat? You got heroics to call?
Yep, free heroic combat.
What's your fight value? 5.
Gotta get that high quality Witch King. Oh yeah.
Get her.
Oh yeah. Daddy Kamul. Or I'm sorry, what am I saying? It's not Kamul, it's Umder. Hello. Don't mind me, gentlemen.
Just for this one.
11:30.
Let's go! Official start time has begun. You have 1 hour.
Alright, so I got 4.
I ended up playing in this tournament as well since we had some people drop out. So that was a ton of fun. My points didn't count toward the podium, but I was just glad that I got to be a part of it. All right, Ben. So high key, low key. You were in the lead round 1. What happened round 2?
Round 2, I got Divide and Conquer.
Okay.
So my 2 warbands are deployed on either side of either corner.
Okay.
His as well. And I was facing Khan, so a lot of chariots.
Oh, okay.
And he hard targeted the Emperor's warband.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Yep, and it has more models in it, so it totally makes sense. So he kind of ignored Rutavi and her 4 acolytes for the majority of the game. And they snuck onto an objective, and then while he was going for like the breaking and like that objective point, Rutavi did a heroic combat on the center objective, killing 2 of his models, granting me like 2 objective victory points. So I ended up with more victory points, even though I was almost tabled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was extremely lucky in my favor.
From the jaws of defeat.
I know.
How exciting.
I did not. Neither of us thought that I won until like literally it ended. If it had gone one more turn, he would have tabled me. Maybe.
crap.
I probably would have had 2 acolytes still alive. But
Wow.
It was close.
What was the final VP comparison?
7-2.
Wow.
Because he got breaking and 1 objective. He didn't wound the Emperor, so
Who can win the Emperor?
who can?
Who can? Well, fantastic job. Let's see what happens in round 3. Since I was jumping in between playing my games with people and trying to TO where I could with helping to determine rulings on different things, I didn't get much any recording of round 2, but round 3 I got to jump away and record the top 2 tables. Ben's solid first 2 rounds of the games put him at the top table, and with the results of his game and the table 2 with players in the seeds 3 and 4, the end results were shocking. With the tournament over, we went out to get some food, we went to bed, and we filmed our recap the next morning. All right,
Well, it's over.
This is post-tournament. Build Me an Army Worthy of Georgia was completed. We got through it. We had 21... Oh my God, Callie. We had... I think we had 21 total participants.
Great turnout.
Yeah, it was a really good turnout. And we ended up having a really close fight in the top 3 podium spots. We ended up having John Billy in 3rd with his Arnor. We had Sam Sterrett with his Halls of Thranduil, and number 1, my friend and ally.
I did walk home with the gold medal that I made.
That's right. He said, "Why did I even take this out of the house? Should have stayed here with me." But yeah, I just wanted to get an interview with the winner and see what how the tournament experience was, a community event.
Yeah.
How the community event tournament was for you, and some highlights, some lowlights, and what you took away from it, other than the dub.
I think it was really good. I'm very happy, very excited to have won. I was not expecting that. My only goal was to get 1 win. That was what I wanted, and then I got 2 major victories and a draw in the 3rd round. Me and 2nd place drew in the last round, but because of our 2nd round VPs, I won the whole tournament by 1 victory point. That's what it can come down to, which is wild.
Totally crazy. And the other top table, which was also within like 3 or 4 VPs of Ben and Sam, also drew.
Yeah.
So
that was the thing, is with our game finished first and we drew, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm somewhere between 4th and 1st at this point, but then expecting to be 3rd or 4th, and then when I heard that the other table drew, I was like, oh wait, hold on,
yeah.
There might be a chance. And yeah, it went in my favor. Round 1, I went against Iron Hills Dwarves, and I was a little nervous with the D7 shield wall, D8, and Dane, nervous about that, but it went pretty well. Easterling's having the mobility with the drum, saved me because it was seize the prize. So I got the prize second turn. He wasn't even close to it yet. And then I just went around and ran off the board edge.
And that was against the Samwise Gamgee Best Sportsman.
Yes.
Jacob.
He did
right?
win Best Sportsman, and he fully deserves it.
He's so nice. He's
so
always
nice.
so nice.
Such a great guy.
Yeah.
All three people I played against were amazing. They were all super nice, very no combative energies whatsoever.
That's how we won so easily. They didn't fight him at all.
I
get it.
No, you're good. And so the second round, I did not think I was going to win at all. We were playing Divide and Conquer, which with my Easterlings, with my second round 450 point Easterlings made me nervous. It was the Emperor and a lot of guys, Rutabi and 4 Acolytes. And so being split up across the board actually ended up working in my favor because my opponent, rightfully so, focused pretty hard on the Emperor's Warband. And almost entirely wiped it out. It was the Emperor and one guy left on that side when it was all said and done. And Rutabi sneaked in from the other side, and actually what won me the game was I was broken, but in the last turn, Rutabi got to the center objective and did a heroic combat, killing his 2 models that were there. And he even tried to shoot into his own combat to kill the guy to negate the heroic combat, but he didn't manage to do it.
Wow.
And then...
So you divided and conquered?
Yeah, exactly. And that was what won me the game, was because I technically played the objective better than he did, because he was all of his people were over here fighting the Dragon Emperor. So I won 7-2, so that was also a major victory, at least how this tournament was going. We
went by the match play guidebook just to keep it simple for newer players, so they could review the book and be like, how does this work again? So
that is the thing. That was the idea of this tournament. Was
it's supposed to be friendly community building.
Yeah, and like really helping people introduce. There were like 2 or 3 people this was like their second game ever.
And both people who it was their second game won their first game in the tournament, which was very cool.
Yeah, it was very, very fun.
Yeah.
But the
Game 3.
Game 3, I was going against Sam, who had Thranduil, Mark Wood Elves, and Legolas. And that was Hold Ground, which is probably the best scenario for Easterling, the Dragon Emperor.
I mean, yeah.
It's the best scenario because you can get there faster than just about anyone else. And like maybe the only thing that could outrun you is like a full cav army, maybe. But being able to drum, I got there within 2 turns. And then he just had to come in on me. He baited me out a little bit. He baited me a few times actually to like kind of move out of the objective with some people. But how it ended up, Thranduil was scary. Cause
well, he's got that crazy like add 1 duel per model that outnumbers you.
Yes, so it made me not want to put models on him. Yeah. And then also he has a magic ability that allows him to cause terror on the models within 6 inches of him until, like, I think he explained it, exhaustion, which is like using up his
all of his will points.
Yeah. And so he did that, and then it was me just trying to survive in the center, essentially. He broke me. I did not break him, but I had more models in the center. And that scored us both 3 victory points, which, because we tied and he only got 6 victory points in the second game, is what won me the tournament. It was just such a slim margin, but it felt pretty good. It's the first tournament I've won, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, also to be fair, as I understand it, you did a lot of prep work for this too.
I did a lot of reading for like the armies I didn't know were coming. And just trying to come up with tactics. I went through the match play guide for each pool and I ranked which scenarios I'd want to do more likely, because we were doing the veto system. So Ian being the TO, which I want to ask you how TOing was in a second.
Oh, sure. Ooh, I didn't know this was a back and forth interview.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Ian would roll for the pool, and then the 2 contestants would roll off and then veto one of the scenarios from each of the pools. So, and luckily in every scenario, I got my first tier game. And I was pretty excited and happy about that. It really helped me in the moment because I'm a pretty indecisive person to do it in the beginning, like before the tournament even happened, so that I wouldn't even have to really think that hard about it.
Yeah.
Previous Ben had already decided for me.
I would think that planning ahead in a strategic game would benefit you so much.
You know, you think. But yeah, I mean, it was good. I feel very good about it, very happy. I wasn't expecting it at all. I was really wanting to win one game and then be happy, but feels good. But this was your first TOing, so
It was.
I'd love to hear how that experience was for you.
Well, I had a great support staff. It wasn't just me. You know,
That's true.
Jason Finnegan was my co-TO, and Ben made all the medals and the wooden spoon.
That's true. The night before,
We
I think that you included that.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that'll be in there, yeah. And we had a really great partnership with Level Up Games, which was the store that we were playing at, with them giving us a ton of tables and also setting up mats and giving us. We ended up having more terrain than we needed.
Yeah.
I was sourcing beforehand. I didn't think we'd have enough. I ended up not even using one of my mats that I brought.
Oh yeah.
We were so prepared, yeah. But it was good. I'm really glad that I set up and brought my laptop and used my spreadsheet that I had for like figuring out, you know, points and then doing pairings in between. I also was glad that you brought me lunch because I did not have enough time to figure that out.
Me and a buddy Alex, who were in the tournament, we went and grabbed Panda Express, and I was like, Ian, what
Kept
do
me
you
alive.
want to eat?
I was like, I don't know, sesame chicken, please. We'll keep it going. But it was, I think it was challenging because we had an uneven number of players, so I ended up having to play also, which was fun. And like, I was trying to, you know, like help instruct people, but they were people that I was like friends with or like were really new to the game. So if I wasn't being really instructive, then like they already knew what it was like to play with me, and it was like kind of, it got sweaty. Like my first game, my game against Will was very sweaty.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
But
It's always sweaty with King of the Dead.
it is always sweaty with King of the Dead. He stresses me out. I was like, don't kill Caliborn, please, and he almost did. But you know, it was like playing and TOing at the same time. I wanted to be able to float around tables, answer more questions, do more B-roll recording. So apologies for not having as much B-roll as I would like, because I had to throw dice and hands. But no, it was a lot of fun. I'd happily do it again. It was a really good, because I mean, the community really came out, and you know, we set it up so that it was intended to help build the community, not just by getting newer players to come out, but also to, like, we had our prizing system where, you know, the podium really only got the medals and the prestige that comes with them. After that, then we took all the rest of the applicant, you know, prize pool funds and put that into raffle prizes that everybody gets. And, you know, the 3 podium spots didn't get any extra tickets. The only extra tickets went to Best Painted, Wooden Spoon, and Best Sportsman. So we were able to really help get new players new models, which was so important. Like, I know, like, you know, the guy who got the Wooden Spoon, Lenny, fantastic player, really. He's really good at painting too.
Yeah,
considering he's just starting, he did a great job with that L-Star. You know, he ended up getting a model, which was great. My buddy Sam, who's starting an Isengard army, is his first army. He's getting his battle host today. He got an Isengard troll, so
it worked out really nice.
Yeah.
First and second place, so me and Sam also got raffles. Funny enough, we traded our raffles because I also have a Rohan army, and he pulled the raffle for the Rohan commanders, like on foot.
And then Ben got the last.
I got
I didn't really have a choice.
I got whatever was left, which is good and fitting.
Yeah.
But it was a Moran and Orcs, and I theoretically could use Moran and Orcs, but I'm not likely to. So we just traded. Sam's probably going to use it for a future tournament prize because he told me he has a bunch of Moranans.
Yeah.
So, and I can use the Rohan foot captains. So
That works.
it worked for me.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, TOing was a lot of fun. I think we could have used at least one more to really like make it feel like a smooth operation.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it, having people drop the day of, morning of, showing up late, that's, we roll with the punches for that. But all in all, like, I don't think it could have gone better.
I think it went really great. And as far as I know, talking with everyone after the fact, no one walked away from it feeling bad or like upset, or I think everyone walked away from it feeling good.
That's good.
And it was nice to meet so many people.
We had people come in from all over.
Yeah, it was like almost the whole Southeast. We had
Tennessee.
We
had South Carolina.
North Carolina.
We don't talk about Florida.
We don't talk about that.
If they're Florida players, please come to Atlanta.
Yeah, for real, that'd be great. Did we have any from Alabama?
Well, John's an Auburn fan.
Basically Alabama.
Yeah, basically Alabama.
Yeah, we covered a good amount of the Southeast. It's nice.
Especially for a non-SEML event.
Yeah, this was just a friendly
event. Yeah. But people are jonesing for some games, so it worked out. Well, yeah. I'm glad that you won.
Thanks. I'm also pretty glad. It just
the dynamic.
Yeah, I know. The friend in LA.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a tournament together at some point.
Yeah, that will be
spicy.
Oh, that will be spicy. Imagine we get top table together. That'd be so stressful.
That'd be
so stressful.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Speaking it into being, we'll cut back to this clip when that does happen.
Yeah, exactly.
In a future video.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for the interview, Ben. Thank you for the questions for me.
Yeah.
And with that, thank you guys for being our friends and allies. And we hope to see you soon. And there are more events on the horizon that we will be hosting, that the Atlanta MESBG group will be hosting, that people in the Southeast are hosting. There's
so much happening.
There's so much happening for MESBG in the Southeast right now. So if you're interested in playing, feel free to shoot us a message.
Join the Discord.
And we hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
I loved this experience and I can't wait to host my next tournament. Thank you to the Atlanta MESBG community and Level Up for making this tournament such a great experience.
Such a fun army, man. Really fun.
Go. Full of juke.
Oh.